Over the last year in this channel, I have been reviewing and researching the best financial products and tools out there to help you make more money, protect your wealth, and build financial security. Here are the best 6 high-yield savings accounts I've identified with a couple of honorable mentions. Now, to get things started, remember that the following options are in no specific order. They are FDIC insured, at least up to $250,000 per account per owner. They have no minimum deposit or monthly fees unless otherwise shown. So let's get right into it. Now, if we're just meeting, by the way, my name is Alex. I'm a data engineer and mentor, and this channel is all about helping professionals and families increase their income, optimize their wealth, and achieve financial security. If you find this video helpful, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And by the way, if you're ready to stop feeling scattered and finally take control of your money, I do offer one-on-one mentoring sessions for professionals and families who want financial clarity, focused action, and long-term peace of mind. So book your clarity call in the description of this video. All right, so with all that being said, the first option that we have here today is SoFi. Now, I talked about SoFi quite a bit here on the channel, and that's because it's one of the most popular options out there. Perhaps it is because one of the reasons I'm going to show you here in this video. All right, so the first thing to understand with SoFi is that they do provide a 3.8% right now with direct deposit, or something new that they just added to the portfolio of services is now you can actually earn the high APY by paying a fee of $10 a month by joining SoFi Plus. Now, SoFi Plus is a program that gives you many other benefits, and the high APY or access to the high APY is just one of them. I think it's a great option for those who don't want to set up direct deposit, but still want to take advantage of the high APY. Now, here's one of the, I think one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people like SoFi, and that's because they provide you with a nice, hefty bonus. And that bonus is up to $325. You do get $300 with $5,000 plus direct deposit. Keep in mind that you do need direct deposit to qualify for the bonus. And if you have between $1,000 and $4,999, then you do get $50. So just make sure that you check the requirements. And if you do happen to sign up with the link in the description, you do get an extra $25. So one of the special features that I see with this organization is, of course, the high account opening bonus. And they do provide you with a ton of services. They have loans, credit cards, mortgages. They have CDs. They have investing features. So they have a ton of services that you can take advantage of once you sign up with this organization. Some of the pros is the high APY, the new account bonus, the ATM access through checking, which, by the way, when you have a SoFi account and you open a high yield savings, they automatically open you a checking account and they send you a debit card. Now, some of the cons with this organization is the fact that you do need direct deposit to get the high APY and bonus. So now you might be wondering, okay, man, cool, like who is this account for? The way I personally see it, this account is for those looking for a new banking hub. If you are looking to open a new checking, savings, investing, if you want to have everything in one place, then, and if, of course, if you want a high bonus, then I think this organization is a great option for you. So here is the current 3.8% APY. Here is the question on whether or not you need a minimum direct deposit to get a 3.8 APY. The answer is no, there is no minimum. And of course, here is a couple of other screenshots in case you are wondering, hey, what are the details? Here's the details on the direct deposit. All right, so with that being said, let's go into another organization that is quite a bit different, and that is the case for CIT Bank, which introduces to a tiered savings approach. And a tiered savings approach, if it's the first time you're hearing about this, essentially means the more money you save with an organization, the more interest they're going to give you. So with CIT Bank, they have the Platinum and they have their Savings Connect. With respect to their first option, their Platinum Savings Account, you do get a 4.1%, but you need to have at least $5,000 in your balance with your account so that you can qualify for the high APY. Otherwise, if you don't have the $5,000 in your account, you can still open your account with a 4.0%, which is really not that big of a difference unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars. So 4.0%, no minimum balance required, and that is your Savings Connect. Now, both of these accounts, regardless of which one you want to open your account with, You do start with $100, so you do have to have that much money to open your account with CIT. Now, right now, this is just breaking news. They have been offering a $300 bonus with the platinum option. I'm actually gonna leave a link in the description for both of these options, regardless of which one is for you. So that way, again, you can choose the best tool out there that is for you. Now, some of these special features that I see with the CIT Bank is the fact that it's been in business for a long time, right? They are a division of First Citizens Bank, which was founded in 1898. And some of the pros that I see is a high APY. It's easy to start. It is simple savings. By the way, all of these accounts are simple to start. A high yield savings account doesn't really take that long to start. And this is an account that is no bells and whistles, simple, straightforward savings. Set it and forget it. Now, with respect to the cons, of course, with one of the options, you need $5,000 to qualify for the higher interest. You do need $100 to start. And also, there's no ATM access. They don't have checking accounts. Again, as I mentioned, all straightforward savings account. So this account is best for people who want a simple, high-interest savings account backed by a bank with long history in the financial space. So that's the way I see it. And here's a couple of screenshots on the platinum savings, the bonus. Here is how you can get the bonus of up to $300, by the way. And here is the other option when we have the Savings Connect and a couple of other features from CIT Bank. Now, here is another option for you if you are interested in a tier savings. This one gives you a little bit of a higher APY, aka higher interest, which means more money in your pocket. So we have Barclays, and its current interest rate is at 4.0%. And to qualify for that, you do need to have at least $250,000. And if you don't have $250,000, then that's okay because you still qualify for that 4.1%, which is still very high. Now, with respect to this account, there's no account opening bonus that I found. There's a bonus that used to be with this organization, but they no longer offer it. I checked last night, and so here is the latest and greatest. Now, when it comes to the special features, they do have a couple of the options, a little bit more than CIT, but not quite as much as SoFi. They have credit cards, CDs, loans. It's kind of like a mini financial hub, the way I personally see it. Personally, I didn't used to bank with them, but I had the Barclays credit card for American Airlines. It was okay. It got me a lot of points when I used to travel a lot. And one of the things I didn't like was the chip. The chip was just kind of like a little weird, and it would always give me problems at the grocery store or whatever I was, so I kind of like stopped using it because of that. It's kind of a silly reason to cancel it was an important reason for me, but I think it's something that like the chip just turning away customers, anyways. So some of the pros with this organization, it's one of the highest APYs I've seen nowadays with respect to all of these high yield savings accounts. There's a few other services available. There's also a long history with this organization. It's even older than CIT and their partner bank. And to me, that shows a little bit of a stability and reputation. Like the longer you are in business, then the more serious you are and you've survived a bunch of recessions. And so I think, to me, it gives me a little warm and fuzzy feeling of confidence and trust with a certain organization. So some of the cons, of course, for this is the only access to transfer. So there's no ATM access, no checking, and you can just transfer from your regular Barclays to your credit union or whatever you bank any other way. Now, who is it for? I think this account is for anyone who's looking for a high interest, high yield savings account with an organization with a long history. Feel comfortable with online banks. Of course, if you want a cash bonus, actually, I need to update that. There's no cash bonus of this organization. And so there's a typo there. So this is the current APY screenshot. We have a couple of how you can qualify for the tiered savings approach. And here's a couple of others to show you the proof of what I'm talking about. All right, so the fourth option that we have today is Discover. Now, Discover is currently going through a merger with Capital One, which is actually quite interesting to see. That means that the network of Discover, it's going to increase and it's going to expand. Now, the current interest rate for this organization is 3.7%, and they do have an account opening bonus, by the way, $150 for at least $15,000 and $200 for at least $25,000. Now, some of the special features with this Discover, I think it's the credit card world. They do have a great credit card, which is to Discover It for cashback services and cashback rewards. It's one of the best ones out there. So I'm actually going to leave a link in the description to that credit card if you want to learn more about that. And some of the pros for this organization is they do have a decent APY. It's not the highest out there, but I want to tell you why I included here in this review. They do have service versatility because they have credit cards. They do have ATM access. They are merging with Capital One, as I mentioned, which leads to a bigger network and more convenience for you, the customers. And also the cons is, of course, sometimes these organizations or some of these high yield savings accounts, they cap the number of withdrawals that you can make per month. But that's okay because there are other competitors out there that give you unlimited withdrawals, right? So this is something to be aware of because sometimes, I'm not saying Discover will or does, but sometimes these organizations put limits on how many withdrawals you can make per month. And that means that they may charge you a fee or they may lock you out of your account. I haven't seen something quite that extreme, but I've heard people who get charged fees for accessing their savings and withdrawing money more frequently than they are allowed. So it's just something to be aware of. And also another con that I identified is the APY could be a little higher, but the way I see it, and this comes from a lesson learned from a friend who actually banks with Discover and opened an account with them, it's best for anybody who already has Discover products and wants to just keep it all out there. If you just want convenience and you want a decent APY, if you already have a hub with Discover with your credit cards or whatever else, then this is just a simple, hey, let me just open a savings account real quick if you want easy access to your savings as well. So that's the way I personally see it. Let me know in the comments what you think. All right, so here's, of course, a couple of screenshots on the bonus and a couple, of course, the services from Discover. And here is where we're going to go with the next option, which is Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Now, Marcus by Goldman Sachs is slowly eroding its interest rate. My wife and I signed up with this organization originally when we were first introduced to high yield savings accounts. So it's kind of sad to see that it's kind of like all interests are going down, but especially sad when it's your own main bank, right? So the current interest rate with Marcus by Goldman Sachs is currently at 3.75%. And you do get an account opening bonus that if you sign up with the link in the description, then you do get an extra 0.25% for the 3 months. So you can take it up to 4%, not quite 4.15. So that's a typo. So I apologize. Now, the special feature that I see with this, the best one with Marcus is really the same day transfer of up to 100,000. It's not like I transfer 100,000 every day, but it's nice to have it in case you need access to, let's say, maybe a down payment for a house, maybe a house just opened and hey, you need access to your savings like right away. Maybe you can wait a couple of hours. Another option, if you want same day transfer and it's not Marcus, the option that you choose is you can also do wire transfers. So that's another option, but hey, that's subject for maybe another video. And also some of the pros with this organization, as I mentioned, the fast transfer of up to 100K. Also, the branding and saying that you bank with Marcus by Goldman Sachs. And some of the cons is the APY could be a little higher, though it does make up for it a little bit with an account opening bonus that you can get. And also, there's no branch access, there's no ATM. And so that's just kind of like the only way to transfer your money is through ACH or regular transfer, right? So the way I see it is this account is best for anybody who wants a simple, basic savings account with a decent APY and banking with a reputable organization in the financial space. So this is the 3.75%. And here is where we go into a high yield savings account that I recently ran into, and I've been getting a lot of ads, and I think it's getting a little bit more popular. Maybe it's just my financial echo chamber, but Live Oak is actually an organization that it's almost like it's becoming a little bit more popular. I've been hearing this a little bit more. And I decided to look into it, and I was actually pretty surprised with the features that it has. So the current interest rate for this one is 4.35%. So it's one of the highest ones out there. It's up there with Barclays and even higher than CIT. And the account opening bonus, it's none for now. It doesn't mean they won't offer one, but for now, they kind of are holding back on bonuses. So hopefully they start providing more incentives for new customers to sign up with this organization. So some of the special features that I've noticed when I was doing research with this organization is that it does provide, of course, a decent APY, but it's also small business focused. It provides a lot of business loans. It's a lender and helps small businesses thrive. So that's, I think, the edge and the unique angle that Live Oak provides. And the high yield savings account just provides another option and convenience for their customers, especially who are small business focused. So some of the pros that I've identified with this organization is that decent APY. There's also no ATM. Depending on how you look at this could be a pro because maybe you just want to have your account on the side. I'm just kidding. It's a typo and it's supposed to be a con, but it's also no small business focused lender. And with respect to the cons, then you can transfer to another bank only. There's no ATM access. And so that's just something to be aware of. So the way I personally see it, this account is best for anybody that's looking for a high APY. And hey, maybe you have a small business and you want to take advantage of some services, then this account could be worth looking into. So if you are looking into any of these organizations, by the way, and you want to sign up with any of them, I'm going to leave a couple of links in the description so that you can take advantage of them. All right, so here's a bunch of honorable mentions that you need to know in case you're not quite sold on the first options. So, of course, we can't go through every single options out there. There is like hundreds of thousands of banks out there. So Ally, right? Ally is very popular out there, currently at 3.6%. It's actually one of the lowest ones that I've seen with respect to high yield savings accounts, world and Ether, let's say ecosystem, let's put it that way. Now, a couple of fintechs that I want to share here with you next are Wealthfront and Upgrade. Now, Wealthfront is currently offering 4.0%, but you can take that up to 4.5 for 3 months with a referral link, which I do not have. So you can find it somewhere else. I'm sure you can find it online. The internet is an amazing place. Not responsible for anything that you click on. Now, Upgrade is also another fintech that is offering a kind of an odd interest rate. It's like 4.02. It's kind of weird, but you do need a balance of up to at least $1,000 to qualify for that APY. Now, there's a couple of other options out here that I found. Open Bank, Verizon Wireless sent me an email only a couple of days ago, and they told me that, hey, if you want to open a high-yield savings account with Verizon Wireless, I was a little bit taken aback by this announcement, and I was like, wait, it's the world of high-yield savings accounts that lucrative nowadays that even wireless companies are providing high yield savings accounts, but I noticed that actually they provide that through the partner Open Bank, which is a Santander, which is actually quite well known, especially in Europe. So that's just some insight for you if you want to look into this. Also, Everbank at 4.3%, Lending Club, very popular. I used to do some banking with Lending Club back in the day. And of course, also Laurel Road, which has a bonus available. So 3.8% for Laurel Road. So if you're interested in any of these organizations, check the links in the description. And if you want to learn more about how to choose the best high yield savings account for you and more about taxes and what to avoid and frequently asked questions, then download the High Yield Savings Account Blueprint. It's my guide to start making passive income with confidence, clarity, and start protecting and building your wealth. So with that being said, thank you guys for being here. Let's subscribe and share it with a friend. Peace.